Ready? Salute. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God, we just thank you for today, God. God, we just ask, God, that you would just guide and direct us as we go over this, all of this agenda items. And God, we just ask for your blessing upon this day. And God, I just pray for all of our county workers out there today, God. God, that you would just keep them safe and bring them back safe to their families tonight. And I pray this in the wonderful name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, we have no closed session, so we're going to go to public comment. Oh, yeah, that would be better. Approved. Okay, getting ahead of myself. We need to approve the agenda. Any additions or deletions?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Okay, motion made by Supervisor Bridges, second by Supervisor Ingram. Anybody from the public want to comment on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, bring it back here. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Okay, public comment. For items that are not on the agenda, and our first one is Amelia.
I was just, that I came, I represent Cisco Indian Rancheria Powwow, and what I did was just come to give you guys some raffle tickets for you guys to help support our powwow. And I hope all of you guys come to the powwow, and it's in June, and we are gonna have it at the college, so. We did a little working with college, and so we got what we wanted, and hopefully it's gonna be successful. And we are going to have the Islanders, I don't know if you guys see them, I haven't seen them, but they're local, and they're gonna be performing on Sunday. And so that's what I have due. And, let's see, and we have very good raffle prizes. I do have flyers out to each one of you guys, and, I hope you come, so, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, the next one is John.
John McGarvis, Sheriff Corner. I'm just here today to talk about what I always talk about now, gray wolves. In a meeting with other North State Sheriffs yesterday, there was a discussion regarding the gray wolves and moving something while each of our counties is doing what we think is best on our own. There's a request coming out of Plumas County when I spoke with Sheriff Todd Johns that maybe we start looking at doing something collaboratively as our counties. So getting together with Modoc, Sierra, Plumas, Shasta, and Siskiyou and looking at putting something forward that represents the northern region and really addresses a resolution on those things. I was asked to bring that forward. If that's something that this body has an interest in, I'm happy to play the intermediary on that. And just wanted to bring it up for you guys. And we are, I was supposed to be in Sacramento today to talk about gray wolves, or not gray wolves, but county jails on AB 994, and that is in consent and moving forward, so that was a good day. Thank you.
Yeah, I think, personally, I think we need to, move forward with that. And, I'm just happy that rest of North State is joining us in our fight with the gray wolves.
Yeah, there was a discussion out of Sierra County. They did some news reports. I would reference you to KTVU out of Sacramento for those. And they're starting to really have a problem in Sierra County and the Sierra Valley now. So
I agree with that. There's power in numbers, and it's hitting all of us, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better, so Thank you, John.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, our next speaker is Shelby.
Good morning. Shelby Burton, parent and community member. I'm asking this board to place the HLVRA pool board's decision to close the pool during the fall season on the May 20th agenda for open discussion and review, and to consider steps towards overturning this decision. I am also urging you to support a long-term structural reform to prevent these types of harmful closures from happening again. The decision to shut down the pool during the fall season doesn't just affect scheduling, it impacts lives. It means our high school swim team cannot practice or compete. The elderly lose access to vital low-impact exercise, and children lose out on swim lessons and water safety education. This closure is not due to a lack of funding. The school has funds allocated for pool use, or a lack of interest. Its consequences of administrative mismanagement, inflated salaries, and a lack of community-focused planning. During the March 18th pool board meeting, Ms. Rice confirmed that the only cost associated with keeping the pool open during the soldier seasons is her own salary. This means the board is knowingly prioritizing a single inflated salary over valuable community programs and the swim team. This is not a new issue. 2 years ago, I, along with community members, stood before the pool board and presented valuable solutions to increase revenue and reduce costs. Every proposal was denied by the pool manager without objection from the board. The same solutions are being presented right now, and the board has had more than enough time to act and prepare to operate from May through October. The community deserves answers. They deserve reform and a sustainable plan for the future. We transferred my daughter, who is here today, from a charter school to Lassen High School to be able to be on the swim team. Because the program is more than just a sport. It gives her confidence, a supportive peer group, academic motivation, and a place where she feels valued and safe. 2 swim team members from our swim team recently was recruited to Shasta College. This opportunity may have never happened without access to the team. This program literally changes lives. The board's actions have breached trust with the high school because there is an active contract for the 2025 swim season, and the school has scheduled meets and we have begun fundraising. No one from the pool board or management reached out before canceling fall operations. This shows the failure to act as a responsible and engaged community partner. What is most concerning is the emotional and developmental fallout of the pool not being in good faith operations. This is an issue as it damages students' morale, breaks trust, and sends a harmful message to students that their programs are disposable for an inflated salary. If our pool cannot even extend their courtesy of communication to our local high school, how can we expect responsible, community-focused leadership moving forward? So many of us in the community are actively advocating for a reform to the JPR structure and the manager's salary, which we believe could significantly reduce overhead and return decision-making power to the community. So I respectfully ask this board to do the following. Add the pool board's full closure decision to the May 20th agenda for open discussion and review to consider steps towards overturning this decision. Explore structural reform to the manager's salary and the JPA, including a possible transition of control, and ensure accountability to long-term sustainability. This pool is not a luxury, it's a public good. It serves our students, our seniors, our families, and our safety. Please help us protect it. I would also like to add that yes, many of you may have gotten multiple emails from me on this issue, and that is because you are also on the pool board. Each email is slightly different depending on the board it was directed to. Thank you for your time and your leadership.
Okay, is there any other public comment? Okay, seeing none, we'll close it. So, unagendized reports by board members.
tomorrow's a big day, the third annual Career Opportunities Workshop. Looking forward to that. Guest Plumbing will be doing demonstrations on how to exchange faucets. Nova Electric will be showing how to wire up outlets. I'm just very happy to be teamed up with the Lassen County Office of Education. There's gonna be presentations, demonstrations, all the heavy equipment. Should be the best one yet. Also want to give a shout out to all the Easter egg hunts over the weekend. Standish Fire did a good one. Milford 4-H did another one. Furlong had the church threw a big Easter egg hunt and festival. And also Doyle Fire, we did the best one. 1,200 hard-boiled eggs. Over $1,000 worth of eggs, plus, you know, cash prizes and everything else. And, in between the two, I was lucky enough to catch Kyle Keck and send the pictures over to Sheriff McGarva. And within 15 minutes, the deputies got that fugitive off the street. So I want to give another big shout out to the Lassen County Sheriff's Office, because everybody in the South County is very, very happy and glad he's off the streets. Also had a very productive Zoom meeting with Sheriff Bianco yesterday. Looking forward to his visit to come up. He's got a lot of things on his radar, and he can't wait to come out and see everybody. Also, I forget because I wasn't ready, but that's about all I got. Thanks, Tom. I wasn't ready.
Me?
You know, I appreciate the commentary we had on the pool. I don't sit on the pool board, so I wasn't aware of that, so the people that are on the board, you know, I'd like to hear what they have to say, maybe they're on the agenda, of course, moving forward. 139 up here, they started working on it, so expect the road closure on it, so give yourself some time, or time your travel up that way at the corresponding opening that they're gonna be having up there. You know, I wanna say thank you to Mr. McGarver for, being involved with the Sheriff's Association and maybe come up with that multi-county meeting. I think that probably is a good move. I don't know where we would have it at and coordinate it out, for the different boards of supervisors and the different, sheriffs to get together, because we do seem to have some momentum here finally. I know, like you say, Tom, we've been fighting this for a good number of years, but maybe a little different perspective and different voices making some difference.
Solo on it.
Yeah, we have been. But, so anyway, I think we've got some momentum. I'd like to keep that going if we can, because it's not gonna be good. May 1st and May 2nd, I'll be down in Monterey for RCRC to REI, whatever, which one to call it, tour for the legislature and some of their staff members, so I'll be attending that. And, what else I got? I think May 7th to May 9th, I'll be chaperoning the 8th grade trip as we go down to Sacramento and go with surrounding deals, so have to put up cranky kids. I heard they have to put up a cranky old man, I forget it.
So I'm not sure who's putting up with who.
Yeah. I'm gonna win now.
You know, you didn't even have to tell me that, I knew that.
That's all I got.
Thanks.
Okay, on the 17th, I had to go to Reading, to an executive director performance review for Nortec. We had to evaluate the director down there, and there's some stuff going on pretty big for Nortec, and it's just not ready to be announced yet. I'd hardly wait till I can. So that was pretty exciting. And on the 18th, I wanna thank Tom. My wife had a doctor's appointment, and he took care of a juvenile justice coordinating council meeting for me. Thank you. And I also want to thank you for taking care of the PSA 2 meeting yesterday, because I was at a doctor's appointment. This afternoon, I have a cultural competency meeting on Zoom. Tomorrow, I take my wife to Reno again for another doctor's appointment, and then I come home and leave for Sacramento. And Friday, I have a CSA or CSAC Board of Directors meeting right in downtown Sacramento. So that's pretty well it till next week.
All right.
Thank you.
On Tuesday the 14th, I attended the Honey Lake Valley Recreation Authority pool meeting, and being pretty new to that board, it was very educational, and I've gotten a few emails regarding the discussion about making the schedule fit the budget.
considering the budget shortfall, and so still ongoing discussion about that. And then on Thursday, the 17th, I again toured Westwood with acting CAO Maury Anderson and the chief, who was actually the chief code enforcement officer that day, and employees from the CSD looking again at burnt out houses and various code enforcement issues up in Westwood, and trying to kind of come up with a strategy and some target locations we can actually impact. And that's ongoing. And then on Friday the 18th, I met with a representative from Senator Megan Daly's office regarding a bunch of issues for our county, including wolves and stuff. And then later today, I'll be attending the Lassen Regional Waste Management Authority meeting, so looking forward to that, kind of. They got their new trash compactor out there, and it's an impressive machine. You can see it from a distance.
That's what that,
It's
I
like a
seen
moving
something, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
That's it,
it's a big expensive machine, but it should extend the life of the dump for about 10 years.
That's huge.
That's a big deal. That's all for me.
It's a huge bill.
Pardon?
It was a huge bill to buy it.
Oh, yeah, 1.8.
Okay, I attended the Fire Safe Council meeting, and they're doing some work up around Ranch Park and doing some treatment areas there, and the BLM is going to be helping them with, they need some handwork done, and so they said they were going to help be able to treat that area with handwork. And they also have a rock slide on the Biz Johnson Trail that BLM is trying to take care of. I also attended the pool meeting on after our meeting last week, and the finances aren't good, and so that was some of our decision making behind that. We had to make do with what funding we had, and in the future we're going to need to address that. I went to a Jolly Elders luncheon, and I also attended the PSA2 had sent out an RFP for the lunch program, and a group of us got together and made a decision of who would get that contract, and it's going to be Dignity Health again.
They do a good job.
And so I also attended the Juvenile Justice Task Force meeting on Friday. Yesterday was a PSA2 Executive Board meeting. And today I would like to adjourn the meeting in honor of Jim Bronson Jr. He was a great man that just loved this community and was a great person. So I wanted to do that.
Can I add something on Jim Bronson?
Yeah.
I gotta tell everyone this story, because I think it's kinda neat. You've probably all seen the beautiful sugar maple in the fall up by the old courthouse. Jimmy Bronson's dad planted that. I think that's kind of a neat piece of history for everyone to know. So, you know, the Bronson's a real well-known family, very well liked, and that kind of carries on their legacy, and I just had to mention that. It just touches my heart every fall when I see it. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to G for right now. Is there any items that anyone wants to pull?
I'd like to pull G6 and G8, please.
G6 and G8. Okay. Anybody else? No?
I'd make a motion to pass the notes.
I'll second it.
Okay, Supervisor Alba, made a motion for the balance of G, seconded by Supervisor Bridges. Is there anybody from the public like to comment on it? Okay, seeing none, will, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. So, G6.
Yeah, as I was reading this over and looking at the contract, I know they're bringing fiber optics into our community, and in our church, we just got the same exact service for $200 a month. And I'm curious why, for one building for the animal control, we're paying $1,200 a month.
So Travis Stating, Lassen County ISD. So this contract, it's not a dedicated internet line. So what you're referring to would be considered a DIA. This is a direct connection back to our main hub. So it's basically kind of like a dark fiber circuit that connects the animal control straight into our network over miles. The other hard part with the location it's at, there is very limited resources in regards to what entities can go in there. So Zito can't reach over at the animal control, neither the dump. Frontier is the only one who's able to provide us the connection. And how we do it with all of our other locations is we do this contract so that way it ties everything into our network and it's not just a basic internet app. Because right now they are tied into our network, but it's done through radios. So we have a radio that's mounted on the top of their site, points up to a mountaintop about 20 miles away, which works okay as long as it's not snowing, windy, or rain. So, I mean, we have a couple of those days here, so that affects them being able to stay functional during inclement weather. We have a couple other sites that are running into the same issue that we're working on addressing those connectivity problems. And this is one way we're gonna do it.
So this is like a dedicated line outside the area that, why it costs $1,200?
Yeah, so how they do it is because it's a dedicated circuit, so it's a separate circuit that connects from our main hub over to that location. So they provide their own fiber optic transceiver, and then it's only got a connection back to us. So they basically have to provide us a full separate strand, so no one else can jump onto our network.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, thank you, that answers my question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, based on that, anybody?
Yeah.
I'd make a motion then to approve the purchase and authorize the CAO to execute the contract.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Supervisor Scanlon, second by Supervisor Bridges. Is there anybody from the public that wanna comment on this? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna bring it back up here for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, G8.
I held that because I just wanted to correct, I think a small typo
Okay.
in the letter. And in the first paragraph, as the Board of Supervisors in County of Lassen, located in California 1st Congressional District, we are writing to express my, it should be our strong opinion or support. A very minor thing that makes it consistent.
All right.
I'd approve it with that correction.
Okay, and I would, just to add on, you know, that, I served on the 7-Eleven commission for the school, because where they're at now, the building they're in now is being leased, it's an old school building, it's being leased by the school, they're just passing that to maybe start negotiations so that these guys can have a facility that they own, and once they own that, they're available to board grants and whatnot, opportunities to keep this going. And this is, it's very vital up there, to have that little cops up there in ambulance service, otherwise it's we're just a black hole up there, and we're, a week from now, we're out to get an ambulance.
Well, I
So
completely
think this
support
all-
the idea, it's just a
Yeah.
typo.
And this just background information, I think it's very important to support this. If you're gonna make that motion, I would be happy to second it, but
I would, make the motion to approve the letter with the correction and authorize the chairman to execute the letter.
I would second it.
Okay. So, the motion was made by Supervisor Scanlon with the correction of
Consider my support, our support.
our support, and seconded by Supervisor Alba. Is there anybody from the public want to comment on that? Seeing none, we'll bring it back up here for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay.
Yeah. we'll take a-
3-minute break here.
Sounds good.
Okay, 3-minute break till 10 o'clock. 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Still focused on you.
All right, we're gonna come back in session and,
Hammer down.
I know you can hit it harder.
okay, Michelle, you're asked for it.
Well, that's what you drop and scream.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Yeah.
Profanities.
Scared us too.
Yeah, it scared me and I was in it. Okay, we're going to, move on to time certain and, we have proclamation, and a retirement flag for William Ross Inmol.
You got a lot of reading to do, buddy. I'm just the man that can handle it.
I'll make a motion
Yeah.
to approve the proclamation.
Okay, motion made by Supervisor Alba, second by Supervisor Ingram.
Other way around. but
All
close
right.
enough.
And, so, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, William, congratulations on your retirement.
Thank
you. And, we appreciate your service of, 5 years. And, good luck on your retirement.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Did I make a- Sorry, thank you. Can I make a brief statement?
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you, I appreciate that, although I don't know any lawyer that can be brief, so. Basically, I just want you to know I'm probably the oldest county employee here. In addition to that, I've been a lawyer for 49 years, so I think I've been around the block a time or two. I am not forced to make this statement today, but I would certainly appreciate it if the board would give sincere consideration to Ms. Rios's request for assistance in the district attorney's office. I've been there long enough to know how it runs. The DA's office right now will be down to 2 lawyers, Ms. Rios and a young lawyer. And as a result, she needs assistance. And I think it's important for the county of Lassen to recognize that crime is a serious issue in this county, especially with drugs and including fentanyl. So I would ask you to please give consideration, and I would certainly appreciate that. Thank you so much for listening to me.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item is recognition awards, for the county employees. Do I have a motion? You don't need a motion for that one? Oh, proclamation, all right.
Keeps you on your toes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay, first one will be Craig Harrison.
Yay, Craig.
There you go. And, we'll recognize you for, we appreciate your 10 years of employment with the Lassen County. We, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with this certificate of recognition and thank you for your time and effort for the, and, there you go. And thank you, sir.
Tom, I'd like to say something.
And we got a picture back here.
Now look at this one, Greg.
Yeah.
Smile over here.
All right.
Thank you.
And,
I just have to comment, it doesn't seem like 10 years ago when I met you.
Yeah.
You know, good friendships fly by, and it has really flown by. You know, you're married to a wonderful lady, you do a great job for the county, you're an excellent grandfather, you're a good friend, and I thank you for all the above.
Okay, thank you.
And I just wanted to add something. So I've worked with Craig my entire time of working in IT. Craig was actually the smiling face that I first saw when I walked in my very first day. And I still like to think that Craig is that social butterfly that everybody likes to see, everybody likes to talk to, and he brings a cheer to every office that he goes to, and I send him to 7 in a day. So thank you, Craig, for all the work that you do for us and all the years of service.
Okay, the next one, Danielle Sanchez. Danielle. So, we appreciate your 10 years of employment with Lassen County. We, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with this certificate of recognition. Thank you for your time, effort. There you go.
Thank you.
So I'll go first. Danielle has a large group of people with her today, and that just shows how much support that she really has. She's worked all these different positions, and not only that, but I really have found her as I move into a department head, young department head myself, I find her to be a really good partner in crime. She's been the public health director, and without her companionship, at the very least, if not her cooperation, our two departments may not have been doing as great as they're doing right now. So as a testament to that, we see a lot of public health staff here, and I'm sure that that just echoes the support that they have for you too. So thank you for all you've done for us and all you'll continue to do.
Thanks, Jamie.
And this is so cute.
Anybody else?
I'll go next.
All right.
So Danielle is my mom. So this is my sister and my brother. And again, as Jason said, stacked the hallway. Everybody's here. Everybody loves her. She recently was promoted to Gigi. She doesn't like the term grandma, so my son is here. And even while balancing work-life balance for the last 10 years that she's been at the county, she's been amazing. She's always shown up to we were in drill team, so dance recitals, if that's what you want to call them. My sister played volleyball. She also traveled for college volleyball. My brother was in football. She always made it to every Friday game. Even if that meant working the weekends, staying late, coming in early, she never failed to always show up for us, so that's why we're here for her today. And I just want to say thank you because you're a great mom and grandma, and we love you. Thank you.
Danielle, you got one more.
Two more, Tom.
Morning, Danielle.
Good morning.
You know, Danielle, I just want to say thank you for always being here, always having a smile on your face, and always trying to answer my silly questions that I have, and sticking up for the programs that I disagree with. And once in a while you sell me on them, but anyway, you do a good job. And I'm just
Thank you.
Your honesty and dedication, so thank you for all that.
Thank you.
I just have to let everybody know, when Danielle's kind of stressed, which she does a lot, and sometimes she is, the best way to cure that is to say, how's your grandson doing? And there's a smile wrapped clear around, you can see her, you can see the smile from behind her. So, I just letting everybody know that's, she loves that boy.
I do.
I see pictures every time she comes in my office, and he's a handsome little guy, and he's got a great Gigi, so. And thank you for all you do.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Okay, next is Lisa Hamilton. Okay, Lisa, in appreciation for your 10 years of employment with the County of Lassen, we, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with this certificate of recognition and thank you for your time and effort and commitment. Thank you.
So I'll start out. I just want to share. So Lisa, I'm sorry, that's as close to white and black as I can get. She's a Raiders fan. So that's as close to white and black as I can get. But, you know, Lisa's actually she works in our Lassen Works division, which is the welfare department, and she does everything. She really keeps the place going, keeps the lights on, and without Lisa, I could not imagine where we'd be today. And because Lisa's still with us, our future is very bright over in that department. So I just want to say thank you so much for all the service that you have, and really being, you know, our go-to in that department. Anybody can call over and know that when they talk to you, they'll get the answer that they need. So thank you so much for this.
Oh no, you're not done. Lisa is phenomenal. She has grown into this bright flower. You walk into Lassen Works and she's always got a smile on her face. And she has been instrumental in the personnel side of things, helping me develop panels and questions and making sure everything runs smoothly. So she's a great partner to have over there, and I appreciate you a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay, the next is Brooke Suarez.
Brooke isn't here today, but I can take it for her.
Okay, Galen.
Thank you.
Correct. You've been watching
Okay, we're going to move on to H1. And this is integrated wildlife damage management work and financial plan.
Good morning, Board. Supervising agricultural biologist for the Ag Department, Gary Fitzler. Craig has been he's been dealing with some issues for a couple of weeks now, so he just didn't feel up to snuff to come in today either, so he hasn't been feeling good, but yes, we've got our wildlife services contract in front of us. And it looks like to me, I don't see any changes from last year's, except for the dollar amount, it actually went down. And the reason being is that APHIS was gonna buy some optics for our trapper, night optics. And our trapper decided he wanted to buy his own stuff. So there's about a $3,000 difference in this contract compared to last year's. So other than that, it's just, I don't see any other changes, so. Any questions? Sure.
Yes.
What benefit does the county get from this program, this contract?
What type of business?
What benefit do we get?
Oh, benefits? Oh, tremendous. You know, I think our wildlife trapper is probably one of our most valuable assets we have here. You know, he has to attend every single wolf kill to confirm wolf kills. He goes on many cat kills. He also had, unfortunately for him, I feel bad for him, as he comes to our office, but he will even trap skunks. So he takes it this time of year, or a few weeks earlier. Boy, the poor guy would smell like a skunk every time he came to the office. And it was during breeding season, so what he provides is tremendous. That, and on top of that, he has spoken at meetings for us, and we put on pesticide training meetings, and we asked him to come speak about the wolves subject, and he provides a lot of good information for the county.
So basically, it's a trapper.
Trapper. Yep.
Okay.
One of the best, literally, one of the best. He even trapped a skunk for me, so I know that he does.
Yes.
And he made a good shot on it, cause it didn't lose any of its, perfume, so.
Yes.
I was happy over that too.
Holy cow, like I said, a few weeks ago, he was coming in, and he gets so used to it that he doesn't even smell it. And Actually, we got every candle we can find on
He
fire.
doesn't get used to it, it just burns all of his smell or
Yes, I think it does. I
just
think
burns it
does.
out, I would think, because. No, and he's a great guy,
Oh, he's by
very
far
accommodating.
very accommodating, very matter of fact. And like I say, with the issues with the wolves coming about right now, you know, he's obviously, he's almost, probably, indispensable right now.
Yeah.
Because with everything going on, because he's the one, the forefront of this. And also he looks from our side of view. Even though he works for Wildlife Services, he will look from the grower side of view, which you don't come across a whole lot anymore. And so it's nice to have that, so.
Tell him I said thank you.
I sure will.
It's a very valuable public service, especially to the, I don't wanna call it urban, but, you know, the people that live in close proximity to other people when they can call in, George says he has the tools and equipment to properly take care of them, so that somebody that's not trying to shoot their skunk and upsetting their neighbor and having that what's going on and whatnot, so it's just it's a great public service. George does a very good job, and this is some of the best money that we invest in, as a county and indispensable.
Is that right good? I just didn't see the word trapper, and like,
Oh,
that
okay.
give me a clue.
Pretty much that's what he is. You know,
He's
he
always
becomes a trapper, he
accessible.
traps everything.
If you ever need to talk to him, he'll always answer the phone.
No,
So, The answer should be.
You might even have to call him.
Cool, thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Well, I'll be open.
okay. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to,
comment first.
oh,
Okay. Anybody from the public wanna comment on this? Seeing that, we'll bring it back up here for a motion.
okay, I'll make a motion to approve work and financial plans for wildlife damage management services for 2025 through 2026. And authorize the county administrative officer to execute the agreement not to exceed $100,931.41. And direct staff to file a notice exemption for CEQA.
Second.
Okay. Supervisor Bridges made the motion, second by Supervisor Alba. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, we'll move on to H2 for the Lassen County crop report.
Okay. I'm gonna bring the other staff members up,
Okay?
and the main reason I want these guys to come along.
They need to introduce.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, well, here, okay, go ahead.
I am Taylor Shanner. I am the newest ag biologist as of February.
Shay Thurber, ag biologist too, been there since, I guess, last June, so it's coming up on a year.
All right.
And Gary Fensler, once again, supervising ag biologist for ag department. Just real quick, since I started here in September of '23, we've had a complete changeover of staff, except for the ag commissioner. So we're all new staff members. So with that in mind, everyone's been playing a learning game, trying to catch up. We were so fortunate to have Shay. She comes from El Dorado County with 8 years of experience, and she's born and raised in Chester. So we've got ourselves pretty much a homegrown person here, and that's, for succession planning, that's the kind of person you want. Same thing with Taylor. Grew up in Westwood, lives here with her boyfriend, Justin, you see, not Alex. And so, yeah, so we're just in the manage of getting this report submitted. As you notice, we're probably a little bit behind, but what has happened is that, you know, as everyone's aware of our Tyler program working, going into effect, these guys have spent many hours trying to get the Tyler program figured out. And let me tell you, there are definitely way ahead of the ball for us, for the ag department. And I just can't appreciate it enough. I mean, they've taken upon themselves to learn, so I feel very confident about our Tyler program. But other than that, if you have any questions about the crop report, they're pretty much did most of it. So all I do is kind of shake my head a little bit. So
I have a question.
Yes.
couple years ago, there was a noxious weed. I had it in my yard, in my rock garden. My sister-in-law gave it to me, and it grew in, anyway, they put a report out that it was pretty poisonous. And so he came out and sprayed for it, and I don't remember what it was called, but I was just
Was it
wondering-
myrtle spurge?
Yes, is it, have they got a pretty good handle on that now?
Sort of.
Is
It's
it-
still
or is it-
around.
Cause it's hard to get rid of. I mean, they came out and sprayed twice, and I've, for probably 50 times I've pulled up little plants that started.
Yeah.
But I've got a hint, it's gone now, but.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna focus more on it this year too, because it
Okay.
is still around the county, but
Okay,
it's not really spreading as much.
good.
So yeah, it's just staying in one area, so we know
It's kinda
exactly
neat
where to
look,
look
it's
for
kind
it.
of a
doesn't
neat looking
look like
plant,
it's-
really.
Yeah.
People mistake it for like not really being a weed too, is
Right,
what happens.
that's how I
So
ended up
it's
with
in
it.
their garden and they don't even know they have it if we
Yeah.
see it in their yards. So, correct, yeah.
Thank you.
You don't wanna get on their skin.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I always appreciate the detail in this, the work that you guys do, I really do. It's a lot of information that goes out there. You know, the one thing that I would like to see maybe added to this, and I don't know how you would go about it, but I think you could very easily. And, because a lot of this stuff comes from you, and that's the predatory impacts that we've been having.
We just discussed that this morning, actually, probably list the number of wolf kills or cat kills and stuff like
And
that.
bears, the.
Everything, and-
bees and.
And we have George around, so George, I mean, we have the source right there, so we were actually just talking about that, that's interesting you mentioned
It's
that.
not only that, but you also have your coyotes kills too.
Yeah,
But anyway, I think that would be a very telling, I think it's very important, especially as we move forward with this, with the public safety aspect of everything. And, you know, just the skunks, and, cause they go in and they'll kill chickens and eat eggs and
Mhm.
raccoons and it all adds up. And then the other thing that I've been thinking about a little bit, and I don't know if you could put it in here or not, if you would, if we even had it, and that's, you know, there's gotta be a way, because livestock compensation only goes so far. And I don't know if we could, have wolf viewing course. A family comes in and pays $300 to go camp out in the field and to come watch the wolf chase the cows and kill them and eat them. And if that could be one of the income sources and streams that we could put in our livestock report. People wanna see the damn things. I don't, but other people do from LA. They wanna come up here. Why not get some money out of it? $20 a person or $300 a family to go camp out there, maybe the wolf will eat them instead of me.
Maybe some concern.
So is this part of the livestock and
It's some form,
report?
some form to think about.
Oh, well,
Cause
okay.
it's.
Ag tourism.
Ag tourism.
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Airbnb.
Yeah.
I'll put ag tourism, wolf watching. I'm,
People will pay for all kinds of experiences.
Yes, people pay to go snorkel diving and swim with sharks.
Yes, that's true. In Colorado County, we have a very,
sharks to see someone bait.
so, are you thinking about like a tuna fish can around their neck and see how fast they can run?
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
We would
thank
treat
you.
them real nice as long as they lasted.
I digress.
That's good, Darren.
But I think the predatory thing is very important here.
Yeah,
yeah, we could add that in.
yeah, we'll definitely,
That would be
like I
very
said,
cool.
we were just talking about that this morning.
That would go a long ways with all these counties getting together too.
Mhm.
That would be great.
Nice report.
Thank you
Yeah.
thank you
Good
so
job, you
much.
guys.
Okay.
Good job.
Very impressive, ladies.
Yeah, they did a great job, and we should have 24s, once we're kinda getting caught up with everything, maybe in another month or two, we'll have 24s out.
You know, I've stopped by the ag office several times, and I always enjoy going in there, talking to you and Craig. You know, it's a good office. It's kind of in an out-of-way spot, but it's a very important office for Lassen County. So, you know, I'm glad to see two local gals in there making things happen and making Gary look good.
Yes, in more than one
And
way.
Craig. So, anyway, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you, and you guys are more than welcome, any of you are more than welcome to come by anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times people don't realize how much the ag department's involved. And pretty much anything agriculture wise for commodity comes through our office.
Yep.
I mean, that's, so I would, I'm gonna toot our horn, but we're by far, for the economy here in Lassen County, we're by far probably the most important office there is. Just the fact we have to do everything to make sure the ship is righted.
Yes.
You know, spraying season is coming up, where are you guys at for your spray crews? You guys can be pretty well staffed, or?
We're gonna be short, probably one. We're moving up, we're gonna try and see if we can get another one hired, or, talk with Craig a little bit, see what he wants to do. But we're just in the process of getting the Big Valley.
For Big Valley, or?
Big Valley crew just had a meeting last night, so we're getting them staffed. So there's gonna be one full-time, and then two of them working together, part-time, so we'll hopefully make two full-time down there. But right now, we have Taylor, she's the ag biologist, and she's jumping down and helping Kelly Wimple on the spray crew. So sometime down the road, it'd be nice to be able to bring another person on. But we need separate contracts, usually just 30 contracts of service. So that's, and which we charge them for, so yeah, it's nice to have someone else to jump on board and help.
There's plenty of work there that needs to be done, for sure.
Oh, there's so many.
There is, we could use.
You never
more
get
help
ahead, do you?
No,
No, it's hard when the summer's
Yeah.
horrible. Like last year, it was so hot and windy, and everything was already trying to push its seeds out, so.
our window is very small.
Yeah.
It's a big county.
And I mean, a few of you probably know, but Scotch thistle their seed has a viability of 50 years. So it takes a lot of work to try to keep that down. And that's a big problem here. So
I'm sure it's only 50 years.
yeah, probably not.
I've been chopping Scotch thistles in the same spot every year now, every day of my life, I'm 60.
There's a little bit better material out now that really kind of helping with that, but it's it's a tough one. So
White top's not easy either.
white top is difficult. Yep, that's a tough one to kill. And this thing, there's so much of everything. What do we concentrate on?
Right.
So we have to concentrate. There's a classification. Like I say, you want to come down. I'm glad to explain the industry, but there's A, B, and C classification of weeds that we go by. A, that you want to try to kill them completely out. Then B is more common, try to handle, and C is all over the place. But I would say right now, Scotch thistle is a Class A rated weed, but here in Lassen County, I always put it as a B or a C because we aren't gonna wipe it out. There's no way. So, but at least we can keep it controlled. Try to keep it within its boundaries. That's be the best thing we can do.
So appreciate your effort. I really do. And your
Thank
commitment.
I look forward to your 24 report with predatory impacts.
It'll be coming.
That'll be nice.
Yep.
They good.
We'll put it on the front page. I better. We're taking our head. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, all three of you.
Yes,
It
thanks.
has a picture on a CD you can use for predatory impacts. Maybe on.
I threw that out.
Okay, we're going to move on to H3.
Yes, as promised, we're bringing back the contract for the appointment of Maurice Anderson to the position of CAO. The salary in here is the same as what was for the last CAO. As you recall from the last one, we were going to bring that back to incorporate 4%, which had been in the interim between the time that Mr. Shaw's contract was approved and the time that the bump was given. So we were gonna have to bring Mr. Shaw's contract back to reflect that. So this is the same, it just reflects that 4%.
Okay, any Yes.
How long is this contract for?
It is through 2028,
28.
yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's,
I saw the first day, but I didn't see the expiration.
yeah, it's in the body of 5A.
Amanda, I'm assuming you approved this, the draft doesn't have your signature on it.
That's
so-
correct.
Okay.
I have a question for Maury. Are you happy with this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's accurate and fair, and there is a distinction I took at car allowance versus mileage. I think the county will be better off that way anyway, because mileage is like 60. Yeah, it's pretty up.
That adds up.
Yeah,
In a
and
blink of an
there's
eye.
going to be quite a bit of travel, so
Yeah,
I just
there is.
I'm satisfied with an allowance.
Well, thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Amanda, in here, if, you come around by, April of 28, if this thing isn't done, is there a deal where we can continue on, without the contract until we get the contract done?
It's not built in, but we'll track this and work with it before we get there. So there's not an automatic extension in it. Excuse me.
That was my question.
Okay, anybody from the public? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back up here for a vote. All those in favor?
There's a need a motion.
Motion.
I'll make a motion. Discuss county administrative officer contract.
It's actually just starting with 2. So approve.
Okay. I'm lost here.
So in item 3, you don't have to have the motion include discuss.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
Approve county administrative officer contract and appoint Maurice Anderson as county administrative officer and authorize the chairman to execute the contract.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Supervisor Bridges, second by Supervisor Alba. Roll call vote.
Supervisor Scanlon,
Yes.
Supervisor Bridges,
Yes.
Supervisor Alba,
Aye.
Supervisor Ingram,
Aye.
Supervisor Neely.
Yes.
May I just say, it's an honor and a privilege to serve Lassen County, and I just had a great time over at admin with the staff over there. Everybody over there works really hard, and as does all the employees, but I just want to say thank you, and it's a lot of responsibility, and so I take it very seriously. Thank you.
Thank you for being willing.
Yes, I wanna thank you for stepping up too. Cause I watched you with the things you done in your last department. And I think what impressed me is your commitment to Lassen County. I've always really appreciated that. The other thing I appreciate is the people under you, you train them. Your department isn't gonna have any hiccups or anything. It's like you're not even leaving. You had it set up. The planning department will run as usual, and you'll be a great CAO.
And that's why they can't wait to get rid of me.
I kinda doubt that, but thank you, Maury. That's it.
Okay. All right, we're going to move on to H4.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, board members. Dustin Russell, Captain, Lassen County Sheriff's Office. So what I brought to you is a tactic for our short staffing in the jail. We have 26 allocated correctional deputy positions at this time. We've been down to 8 of those positions filled. We've brought that up to 11. So we are currently 15 correctional deputy positions understaffed. We've made as much of a push as we possibly can to get recruitment in, and part of that problem is the law enforcement backgrounds. They take anywhere from usually 3 to, I mean, we've seen them drag on to 6 months depending on how quickly people get things back to us. So what I brought to you is, we haven't filled these positions also since approximately 2016. We've never been fully staffed, and we were fully staffed around that time because when we lost the community correctional facility in 2011, we lost 25 positions. So we were fully staffed then because we had layoffs. So since about 2016, we've never been fully staffed with correctional deputies. We just did a hiring for correctional technicians, which are the ladies you would see at the front office that deal with the courts and paperwork and everything coming in. So we've currently put that up. I only have 3 of those positions filled. One of them's on maternity leave. So I have one vacancy and a lead vacancy. She recently left also. So we just did a hiring for that, and we got 5 applicants that I was told we need all 5 of them. So came with the tactic that other counties are going to also, and the person in the control room at the jails has traditionally been a correctional deputy. And so we've seen other people go to it, and we've also utilized our correctional technicians to help when we're understaffed, when they're able to go up to that control room and fill that position so we can have the law enforcement be able to respond to emergencies and anything like that. So what this would do would create 8 correctional technicians for us. We have 4 shifts, basically. They're 12-hour shifts, and we would have 2 technicians on each shift. One would be manning the front office, the other one would be manning the control room. We basically rotate them so they'd be able to assist where needed, and they could also assist down in the front office when they get slammed, and they'd be more able to help out down there at times when people are on maternity leave or other things like that. We'd have that extra person on there. It is much faster to fill a position of a correctional technician because they're a non-peace officer background, so they don't have to go through the psychological exam, medical exam, and some of those things that take time and, in fact, wash a lot of our candidates out. So I currently have 5 of those people pending with really only 1 spot. So I could, if I get all of these people hired and through a background process, I could see 8 technicians, which would be able to cover the control room on each shift. So that is the plan that I've put forward. That will cost through it's depending on when we get people hired, it will be a cost savings of approximately $3,700 for the rest of this fiscal year. And if we brought that into our budget next year, it'd be a cost savings of about $45,000. Does anybody have any questions?
Good job.
Mr. Alba?
So how hard would it be for them to, if they get hired on at this lower level, how hard is it for them to get, climb the ranks and keep revenue going up until somebody's hired?
Yeah, so that's the sheriff's office is a great place for a career ladder. So a correctional technician is one of those lower spots. So once they start working in that control room, then they could decide, okay, now I want to be a correctional deputy. Now I want to be a corporal, or if they want to go across the street and try to go to academy, there's a lot of room for growth, and they'll be able to see a lot more of that working in the control room. But they would, at that point, they would have to go through that whole background process, but we would have them as an employee during that time.
So they have a job while they're. Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of prerequisites does it take to get this entry-level position you're talking about? What prerequisites?
A driver's license and a high school diploma.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
What's the starting pay?
Like the exact, I don't have the exact dollar amount here, but it's approximately $17 an hour.
Right. And they're just running the control room.
Or they're running our front office, which they do the intake of the bookings paperwork. They correspond with the courts to get inmates to and from, and input all that data into our JMS system so that so we know who to take to court and when, and then when the courts update us about when their next court date is, or this is how much time they got served, they calculate out dates. They bring visitors that are coming in, they check their IDs. Other stuff, yeah.
Supervisors?
I like your plan. I like it for several reasons. It's putting some people in the seats. The other thing I really like is you've got a lot of employees that started at that level. They decided they liked law enforcement and moved up. And I think that's probably one of the greatest benefits of what you're putting together here. Because if they have an interest in it, for an average person, their first thing is, hey, I like that job up there a little bit better. I like that a little bit better.
Yeah.
I like being here. And I think that's really important, so thank you.
I like everything about it except the starting pay. Make more flipping burgers at McDonald's. Need to work at getting that raised up, but appreciate the plan.
So, when they're working the control booths, do they have to have any, experience with weapons in there?
No, the control room is, there's no inmate contact. They will communicate with inmates through an intercom system, but we don't have towers where we shoot out of our control room or anything like that. So there's no weapons that are in our control room that we'd be deploying or anything like that. We have utilized our correctional technicians in the past also for cross-gender, so we don't have cross-gender pat-downs. So if we are short, maybe there's no female on shift, we have used our technicians to do that pat search, and we train them by giving them the PCA 32 course and a defensive tactics course. So that's things that we've utilized in the past, that they do get some of that basic law enforcement and defensive tactics training, but typically they have no direct inmate contact.
So those control rooms aren't, for support for the ground staff?
Not weapons wise. They are communications wise, and they're controlling the doors to let people in and out.
And so I see that you're still going to keep 4 full-time classification positions. Is that going to, is that still gonna be in the budget, or are you eliminating these 4 full-time classification of correctional deputies? Are you gonna eliminate those positions?
That'll be a conversation I'll have to have with the sheriff, and we'll look at going into the next year of what that's gonna look like. It could be something that going forward, I mean, as, I don't know if you stated or looked in here before, but BSCC, the Board of State Community Corrections, has already said we have too few of correctional deputies that work there.
Right.
So we don't, the freezing of the positions was our goal, and we have turnover regularly, and technician being the lowest one is somewhere where that will happen. So if we are moving and trending upward to getting our correctional deputies fully staffed, which I don't know if that's a possibility down the road, we hope it is, then we would rather have those positions be correctional deputies than correctional technicians, because they're more versatile.
Yeah, I mean, so would I. I would like to see that instead of lowering the classification.
So I might be able to clear this up.
To get that, because I
think I can provide
don't
clarity here,
appreciate-
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
I think I can provide clarity. John McGarvey, Sheriff Coroner. We did this several years ago. We didn't eliminate any classifications. We added we added positions to the correctional technician classification and unfunded deputy positions. Those positions still exist. And I hope the day comes where I get to come and ask you for the money for those positions as we recruit. They're still there. We're not eliminating positions or anything like that. We're just not funding them right now. We're asking to take the funding from those positions and move them to correctional technician with this additional thing that Captain Russell has brought forward. So we're not eliminating anything, if that makes sense. We're just moving some money around to try and make things happen. When this all started, we started this recruiting push, I went back with the direction to my command staff to say, hey, let's get creative. Captain Russell brought this to me. It's creative. It works. I think this is a plan that is effective. I commend him on his bringing this forward and making it happen. So I think this is something, I hope I come to you the day and say I need those 4 positions funded. But
Yeah, but my concern is we're not dealing with the same inmates that we did in years past. And we're lowering the expectation on the, by lowering the entry level. So I just, I'm concerned about the safety of them not having the training that a deputy would.
But they're not doing the same things a deputy's doing.
All right.
That's allowing one more deputy to get out of that control room and respond to the incidents instead.
It actually
Back up.
It actually becomes a force multiplier and puts deputies in a position, more deputies in positions to respond to those very inmates that you have concerns about. I'm sorry, incarcerated persons.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying, because when I was on grand jury, I went on 2 different tours of the jail, and I've been in that control room, and it's as safe as sitting right here. And, I was pretty impressed with the safety that you have in your control room, so, just, from my point of view, I like what you're doing, so, thank you.
All right, any more discussion? Anybody from the public want to comment on it? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back up here.
I'll make a motion to unfund the 4 correctional deputy FTEs and to fund 4 correctional technician FTEs.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Supervisor Ingram, seconded by Supervisor Scanlon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to the county administrative officer.
I don't have a report, but I would like to say again, I appreciate your selection, and I'm humbled and honored to act in this capacity. Thank you.
Yes.
Over to General, I have a question. What's the status of the courthouse? And we approved a contract to come back in and make some repairs.
I'd be happy to give you a report. We need to agendize this to talk about it.
Okay.
But I'm happy to come back with Pete and talk about where we're at.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Nothing else? Okay, we're adjourned.
Good.
2 minutes back.
Congratulations, Warren.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.